Some moments arrive without warning, and they change everything. They do not come with thunder or bright flashes, but instead creep in quietly disguised as any other afternoon, carrying words that can heal or break a heart in an instant. I had practiced those words so many times in my head, yet when I finally stood before her in the warm afternoon light, my own heartbeat drowned out every thought I had rehearsed. I was certain I was about to lose the person who meant the world to me. But nothing could have prepared me for the soft question she asked through her tears. Why did not you say this sooner? Before we go further, if you believe that kindness, patience, and second chances truly matter, please give this video a like. Share your thoughts in the comments, pass this story along to someone you care about, and subscribe to this channel for more emotional tales that linger long after they end. The sun shone brightly through the windows of the lakeside cabin where our friends had gathered for a weekend celebration. Everyone was laughing, grilling food, and snapping photos, while gentle summer breezes rustled through the pine trees. Despite the joyful scene around me, my mind was stuck in years of feelings I had never spoken. My name was Rowan, and for nearly 4 years I had secretly loved Mara. She was not merely beautiful. She had a rare gift for making everyone around her feel valued. She remembered birthdays, encouraged strangers, helped elderly neighbors without expecting thanks, and could make even difficult days seem lighter with just her smile. We became close friends almost by accident after working together at a local community center. Every afternoon was filled with chats about dreams, childhood memories, favorite books, and countless cups of coffee. The more time we spent together, the harder it became to ignore what my heart already knew. But fear is a powerful thing. Each time I wanted to confess my feelings, a voice inside warned me that losing her friendship would hurt far more than keeping my love hidden. So I convinced myself that silence was the safer choice. Months turned into years, and during that time, I watched opportunities slip away one by one. Friends often assumed we were already a couple because of how easily we understood each other. We laughed at jokes before they were finished, noticed when the other was upset, and somehow always ended up sitting side by side. People smiled knowingly whenever they saw us together, and I kept pretending there was nothing more than friendship between us. Then everything shifted on a sunny Tuesday afternoon. Mara casually mentioned that she had accepted a job in another city. It was a wonderful opportunity she had dreamed about for years, and everyone congratulated her. I smiled along with them, but inside my world seemed to crumble. She would be leaving in just 3 weeks. Suddenly all my excuses vanished. I had to tell her how I felt now, or carry that regret for the rest of my life. Those 3 weeks became the longest days I had ever known. Every morning I promised myself that today would be the day. Every evening I went home disappointed in my own fear. I practiced what to say while driving, while showering, while staring at the ceiling late at night. None of my speeches ever sounded good enough. The day before she was set to leave, our friends organized one final afternoon gathering at the cabin by the lake. The weather was bright, children played nearby, birds sang in the trees, and everything looked painfully beautiful. I knew life would never offer me a more perfect chance. As the afternoon began to fade, Mara stepped away from the group and walked toward the wooden dock that stretched out over the sparkling water. My legs felt impossibly heavy, but I found myself following her anyway. Every heartbeat pounded in my chest as if trying to stop me from speaking. She smiled warmly when she saw me approaching. We stood quietly for a few moments, watching gentle waves ripple across the lake. I could barely breathe. My hands shook so badly that I shoved them into my pockets. For years, I had imagined this conversation ending in heartbreak. I expected awkward silence, polite rejection, or even the end of our friendship. Still, I knew that regret would hurt more than rejection. Taking the deepest breath of my life, I finally confessed everything I had held inside for so long. I told her that somewhere between our coffee chats, volunteer work, and countless shared sunsets, she had become the most important person in my life. I admitted that every goodbye felt harder because I wanted every meeting to last forever. I confessed that I had loved her for years but had been terrified of losing her. She stared at me without speaking. For one agonizing moment, I thought I had made the greatest mistake of my life. Then I saw tears fill her eyes. A small smile appeared on her face before she softly asked the question that changed everything. "Why did not you say this sooner?" The world seemed to stop. She confessed that she had been waiting almost as long as I had. She believed I only saw her as a close friend because I had never crossed that invisible line. She had nearly admitted her own feelings several times, but feared making our friendship uncomfortable. Eventually, convinced I would never feel the same, she accepted the job, hoping that distance would help her move on. Years of silence had nearly stolen the happiness we both wanted. Neither of us could stop laughing through our tears as we realized how fear had trapped two hearts that had loved each other all along. The answer we had both been searching for had been right between us for years, hidden beneath hesitation and doubt. Life did not suddenly become perfect after that afternoon. Long-distance relationships demanded sacrifice, patience, and countless late-night phone calls. There were lonely weekends, missed celebrations, and difficult months filled with uncertainty. But this time we faced every challenge together instead of alone. Distance no longer separated us emotionally because honesty had finally replaced fear. Almost a year later, Mara returned home permanently after receiving an even better opportunity nearby. This time, when she stepped off the train under another bright afternoon sky, I was no longer afraid. I ran to her, wrapped my arms around the woman I nearly lost because of silence, and realized that courage does not always remove fear. It simply teaches you that love is worth facing it. Maybe someone watching this story today is carrying feelings they have hidden for months or even years. Maybe you are waiting for the perfect moment that never seems to arrive. The truth is that perfect moments rarely exist. Sometimes the greatest risk is saying nothing at all. If this story touched your heart, please give this video a like. Share it with someone who needs a little courage today. Leave a comment telling us where you are watching from, and subscribe to this channel for more emotional stories filled with hope and second chances. One special request before this story ends: please comment. Never wait too long. Your words might encourage someone else to finally speak from the heart. As we walked hand in hand beside the same lake where everything changed, I realized that love is not always about finding the right person. Sometimes it is about finding the courage to finally tell that person how you truly feel before time quietly slips away. And on that warm afternoon, beneath a sky painted with hope, two people discovered that the happiest endings often begin with the words they were most afraid to say.